Hello, beautiful people. If you are new here, my name is Jo. If you are not new here, welcome back to my channel. It is so great to have, It is so great to have you all here today with me. So it is January 8th, and that means that it is a new year of books. So we're gonna rewind a little bit, just a tad, and talk about my favorite books of 2022. Today, I am wearing my Draco Playboy shirt. It's from Rebel and Fleur. I'll have them linked down below. And I'm wearing it for a very specific reason because in 2022, my obsession and love for Draco Malfoy that I had as a child was reawakened, reimagined, if you will, in the form of fan fiction. And all of this happened because of Manacled by Sin Lin Yu. This is my copy that was bound for me by my friend Mel from Mel Binds Fix over on Instagram. I'll have her Instagram linked down below. She does phenomenal, beautiful work. Manacled by Sin Lin Yu is my first favorite of the year, and it is a fan fiction. I read this at the very, very, very beginning of 2022. It ruined any possibility for any other book to reach that #1 spot. This book tore my heart to shreds. It ripped it into a bunch of little teeny tiny pieces and then reformed me into the slightly still broken human being that I am today. It was fan-fucking-tastic. Let me tell you what it was about. So Manacled is set obviously in the Harry Potter universe, but the twist is that what if the bad guy won? What if Voldemort? Oh, honey, I'm going to the store. Which one are you going to? Oh, I'm going to the Voldemort. Okay, anyway. Voldemort and his cronies have won the war. They have slaughtered pretty much the entirety of Dumbledore's army, and Hermione has been captured and kept in the dungeons underneath Hogwarts. The story starts when Voldemort has realized that his pure-blooded wizards are not having as many babies as he would like, and after losing a ton of people to the war, he wants to kind of institute a repopulation effort. And in order to do that, he has started to put in place a Handmaid's Tale type of situation in which our main mama, Hermione Granger, is given to Draco Malfoy as a broodmare breeding thing. Oh, it sounds awful. It's very traumatic. There's a lot of trigger warnings. Mel bound these in 3 different copies. So we've got part 1, part 2, and part 3 because that bitch is a honker. It's my favorite book of the year, and I just absolutely loved it, and it's fucking fantastic. Next, we have the Four Horsemen Quartet by Laura Thalassa. This is book 1, Pestilence, which I think is still my favorite of the series, closely followed by Famine and Death. This is kind of like a post-apocalyptic quartet in which humanity has been deemed unworthy, unfixable, nasty. You know, the usual. The 4 horsemen of the apocalypse have been sent down to Earth to pretty much kill everyone and restore the land to its kind of like natural habitat, you know? So in this first book, we are following Sarah, and when Pestilence comes to her town, shoots him in the head, shoots him off his magical horse, but little does she know, Pestilence cannot die. He wakes up, hunts her down, and pretty much says that she's gonna be his slave and he's gonna personally punish her, right? And obviously they fall in love. I absolutely love this series. It's so much fun. Obviously these are all enemies to lovers. I think that they're delicious. They're so good. They're so yummy, so delicious. Magical big men who are bound and determined to kill all the humans, and they fall for their one little human lady. It's delicious. I loved it. It's the Stay a Spell series by Juliet Cross. In this story, we are following the Savoy sisters, who are a family of witches who are living in New Orleans. At the beginning of this story, our hero, Mateo, has some suspicions that a curse has been placed upon him. He can't shift into his werewolf. He's a werewolf, by the way. Did I say that? Probably not. So his werewolf, who he has dubbed Alpha, is kind of just in his head, talking nonstop, and it's driving him insane. And so he decides to take matters into his own hands and kind of approach the Savoy sisters, in particular, Evie Savoy, who is known as a curse breaker. It was funny. It made me laugh out loud multiple times. It was both comedic and also in the steamy scenes, it was nice and steamy. I was, you know, getting a little flustered. If you have not picked up the series yet and you watch my channel, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing. My Dark Vanessa by Kate Elizabeth Russell. This is not a romance book, so it is very different from all of the other books I'm going to be talking about today. This does not have a happily ever after. This is not hot and sexy things. Okay, so in this story, we are following 15-year-old Vanessa, who is attending this boarding school when she catches the eye of her English teacher. What is his name? I don't remember. Jacob Strain. In this story, we are following Vanessa during two different timelines. The year 2000, when their relationship develops, there's a lot of grooming involved, and also in the year, what is it? 2017, when someone else has accused Jacob Strain of doing the same types of thing to her, and it's all starting to come out. Obviously, there's a lot of trigger warnings for this. This is a very emotional book. I have never read a book that made me feel this icky. I literally felt like my skin was crawling. It doesn't romanticize the relationship, but you are following Vanessa as she believes that she's falling in love with Jacob Strain as he is grooming and assaulting her, and all of the lies he tells her, the brainwashing that goes on. It was so emotional. It was so raw. It was so just, I've never read anything like it. I really liked it. I don't know, it's a favorite, and I think about this book constantly, and just the way that it made me feel, the visceral reaction that I had to this book, it was insane. Hate Notes by Vi Keeland and Penelope Ward. Wow, that was apparently a tongue twister. This is a story following our main character Charlotte, who has just discovered her fiance cheating on her. Obviously, she goes to sell the dress, as you do, to a consignment shop, but while she is there, she finds this beautiful, gorgeous dress with a blue piece of stationery kind of sewn into the back of it with a love note that just puts her over the moon, and she's like, oh my gosh, I want a man to love me like this. She decides to trade her dress for this dress. When she gets home that night, she gets rip-roaring drunk, you know, drowning her feelings, doing what you do, and she ends up trying to look up this guy who wrote this note. So she starts to look him up, finds out that he is kind of like a realty tycoon kind of, and he's having a showing for this bajillion-dollar condo. So she fills out an application and she gets approved to come and view this condo. Reed is a grumpy Gus for his own reasons. Charlotte is a pocket full of sunshine, and I love her so much. Their dynamic, the kind of banter that they have, is fantastic. There is also a meddling granny in this book, and it made me so happy. I love the meddling grannies. The ending brought me to tears, destroyed my heart. This is very focused on second chances and things like that. I really fucking love this, and I definitely want to read more by these authors, but I haven't yet, but I will, maybe, I don't know. Next, we have some monsters. A Soul to Keep by Opal Rain. This is the first book in the Duskwalker series. I've talked about this series multiple times. In this world, there are these demons, everything from the low-level demons to demons with actual, like, sentient minds and things like that, and the humans that live in this world have kind of sweltered? I don't know the word. They've put themselves behind walls. They have little villages behind walls that they for protection from demons. Lord have mercy. Where did all of my articulation go? I don't know. When Rhea was a child, her family was attacked by demons, and Rhea ended up being the only person to survive. Therefore, the village pretty much has deemed her a bringer of bad omens. They ostracize her from the village. She doesn't really interact with anyone. So when the day comes where the village has to sacrifice one of their own to this thing called a Duskwalker in exchange for protection from demons, Rhea is obviously the first one up for the ticket. She agrees to go, thinking that she's going to probably be raped, murdered, eaten, all of this shit. But our main man, Orpheus, the Duskwalker, only wants companionship, and he's only wanted companionship forever. And he will do literally anything and everything to make Rhea happy. Obviously, this is monster smut. There is magical penises. There's tentacles. It was very strange. It was it was amazing. I fucking loved it. I love this world as well. In this world, the more humans that a demon eats, the more humanity it gains. So you meet these really, really old demons who can just have full-on conversations, and they're very interested and intrigued by humanity itself. And then you meet these little turd things that run around just eating anything that moves. It's fantastic. I loved it. It was great. It's a slow burn. Yeah, read it if you haven't. Do it. Sea of Ruin by Pam Godwin. In this story, we are following Bennett Sharp. Bennett Sharp is a female pirate captain, and I know it just sounds so freaking awesome because it is. It gave me Outlander and Pirates of the Caribbean vibes, but in the Outlander category, the end of book 1 or the end of season 1, that kind of traumatic thing, yeah, there's a lot of sexual assault in this book, but Lord have mercy, it was so good. Okay, so anyway, let me tell you what it's about. So Bennett Sharp is a pirate captain. She is wanted for piracy, so she is on the run because of that, but she is also on the run from her cheating ass husband, priest, who is also a pirate. While she is on the run trying to escape both her fate and also her husband, she falls into the arms of Ashley, the pirate hunter. This is an enemies to lovers. It is a throuple. It is delicious. It's fantastic. This is another darker romance book. It has a lot of triggers, but it is so delicious, so yummy. I loved it. And last but not least, we have a recent read that I have not talked about, nor have I talked about my newest obsession with the Black Dagger Brotherhood, but here we are. We're gonna talk about it. So this is book 3 in the Black Dagger Brotherhood series, Lover Awakened by J.R. Ward. This is my favorite. This is my baby. I have reread some of these scenes so many times. I just constantly think about it. It's amazing. But this is Zadist's book. The Black Dagger Brotherhood are a group of warrior vampires, and it's just so delicious. Zadist is the one that is the most traumatized, and you know I love a steaming hot man with dark backstory. I can't help it. I just love it. Zadist is known in the first 2 books as this dude who is dangerous to be around for a woman. The guys in the first 2 books are like, don't go near Zadist, like just leave him be. He's kind of an asshole, but Lord have mercy, he is so traumatized and I love him and I just want to give him a little hug. Trigger warning for sexual assault and torture and things like that, but Lord have mercy, it was so delicious. Zadist is a dude who does not like to be touched. He does not like to be looked at. He does not want to have anything to do with any female whatsoever ever in his life. But then, you know, his special female walks in and she helps him fix all the cracks and crevices, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, those were all of my favorite books of 2022. Let me know down below what your absolute #1 most favorite book that you read in 2022, what it was. That was a weird sentence, but let me know down below. But that is all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I will see you guys next time.